This is Radio Miraya News Summary. I am Meteorologist. While Central Prison has announced a significant reduction in the number of chickenpox cases among inmates from 30 to just 10, Major General George Gabriel Gillo, the director of the prison, attributes this improvement to the intervention by the Don Bosco Religious Association, which provided the inmates with much-needed medication. He encourages the public to continue supporting the prison with soap to maintain hygiene among prisoners. The Deputy Governor of Western Equatoria State, Elia Richard Box, has expressed concern about the prevailing insecurity reported in parts of the state. Box, who spoke over the weekend during the SPLM rally in Juba, called for total peace to enable the citizens focus on developmental activities. Still in Western Equatoria, the World Health Organization and partners have rolled out a measles vaccination campaign for children across 5 displaced persons camps in Tombura. Additionally, the UN Refugee Agency UNHCR and its partners have also distributed non-food items and dignity kits for the most vulnerable displaced persons in Tombura. More than 20,000 households who were displaced by renewed conflict in Tombura have been living under terrible conditions without shelter, food, medicines, and poor sanitation, according to the government. The Commissioner of Renk County is urgently appealing for humanitarian support for the refugees and returnees from Sudan who are currently residing at the Joda border. Commissioner Kak Patit explained that the recent heavy rainfall in Renk has worsened the situation of the people at the border. Vice President of Economic Cluster James Waniga has stressed the need for government to prioritize civilian disarmament. Speaking during the SPLM endorsement rally for Greater Equatoria region on Saturday, Waniga said collecting guns from the hands of civilians will ensure stability in the country. He urged citizens to shun tribalism and unite as a nation. At the same event, Vice President for Service Cluster Hussein Abdel Baja Call, representing other political parties, called for support to relevant institutions tasked to prepare for general elections. A call reaffirms the commitment and support of South Sudan Opposition Alliance towards upcoming election. Meanwhile, the governor of Central Equatoria State, Agostino Jadala, stressed the urgent need for elections to rescue the country from the economic crisis. Jadala notes that these will address food insecurity, enhance efforts for service delivery, and foster need for national cohesion. Governor Jadala affirmed the state's readiness for elections. A meteorologist in Juba has called for more support to South Sudan Meteorological Department to improve its capacity. Professor Moses Machar, one of the pioneers of meteorology in Sudan, says the country's weather forecasting department has limited trained staff, making it heavily dependent on other parts of East Africa. And in regional news, authorities in Uganda ramp up campaign on yellow fever amid vaccine hesitancy. Uganda launched a mass vaccination campaign in April against the mosquito-borne disease, yellow fever. They hoped to reach millions of people, but vaccine hesitancy has left hundreds of unused doses in hospitals across the country. At a university in the outskirts of the Ugandan capital, Kampala, students turned up for their jabs as part of the government's mass vaccination program. This was the campaign's second phase. It was supposed to run between April 2nd and 8th, but it was extended by a week because of the low turnout. Last year, in June 2023, the government ran a campaign hoping to target 13 million people, but to date, only 12 million people have been immunized, and vaccine hesitancy is stalling the government's aim of eradicating the mosquito-borne virus from the country. And in sports, starting with the second division clubs playoffs in Juba, Jammu's team climbed to the top of the table after beating Talanga FC 4-0 in a match played last evening at the Zahara playground. And in the National Men's Football League going on in Wow, table leaders El Merrick of Bentiu are set to meet Salam of Awil in a second leg match. The first leg match between the two ended 2-0 in favor of Miraya team. Today, Nyakron FC will meet Black Eagles at the Bullock Playground in Juba. Radio Miraya News Summary. I am Meteorologist. Thanks for listening.